I have a question for you. What did it mean to be part of your family? Were there certain expectations that you were expected to live up to? For me, being a Peterson was a really big deal. There wasn't an official code of conduct or anything, but rather there was a rich history of faithful and godly folks that really encouraged me to be faithful in my spiritual life journey. I didn't want to bring dishonor to the family. Well, we're part of another family, God's family, and our text from 1 Peter shares with us some interesting things. And I want to hit a few highlights from that overall text. Here, Peter is emphasizing the key point that no matter what, we need to be holy. Let's look at chapter 1, verses 13 through 16. Therefore, prepare your minds for action. Keep sober in spirit. Fix your hope completely on the grace to be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. As obedient children, do not be conformed to the former lusts which were yours in your ignorance. But like the Holy One who called you, be holy yourselves also in all your behavior, because it is written, you shall be holy, for I am holy. Knowing that you were not redeemed with the perishable things like silver or gold from your futile way of life, inherited from your forefathers, but with precious blood, and as of a lamb unblemished and spotless, the blood of Christ. Now, holiness to many of us sounds impossible or way too hard to take seriously, but you know what? God is quite serious about that call. Why should we pursue holiness? Well, first of all, we no longer belong to the world, but rather we're children of God, and our priorities have changed. Our loyalties are different. Our ransom has been paid, freeing us from the bonds of sin and death. Also, Jesus paid our ransom, not with material possessions, but with his very life. Romans 6:23 reminds us that the wages of sin is death, and Jesus paid that price for you and me, and never forget that. And as children of God, our future inheritance is beyond anything we can imagine. And we talked about it last week. As a child of God, we have the promise of an inheritance that exceeds our wildest hopes and dreams. Eternal life, salvation, and intimate fellowship with God forever. And finally, therefore, as obedient children of God, we need to be holy as our Father is holy. Because of all that God has done on our behalf, what is the only natural, appropriate response? Obedience. So wear the family name proudly. Be sure to only do things that bring the Father honor and glory. Remember, no matter what, be holy.